Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Space Engineers. It's not City Skylines, it's Space Engineers. I was all set 100% to do City Skylines today, and I sat down, and as I usually do, there's this app for City Skylines called Skive, and it tracks compatibility with different mods. City Skylines used to have this mod or app called Compatibility Report, and it got rolled into a whole app and everything. And I opened it up, and it goes, "You have 6 mods." What's my camera doing? Hold on, that's weird. Okay, there we go. 6 mods that are incompatible with the latest update. And I went, the latest update? And then I remembered, I had completely forgotten that they were doing an update today. So there was an update that came out like, I don't know, 9 hours ago or so. And I completely forgot it was happening. So it actually does look like a pretty cool update. They did add a bunch of cool stuff to the base game. Like, if you saw in my last stream, I was like meticulously putting railings around parks and stuff. Now you can just add railings to the sides of roads so that they go like around the thing. And then the DLC that they put out, it allows you to hold like races and parades on your roads, and you can plan parade routes and stuff like that. It looks like cool stuff. And then there's some creator packs and radio and the usual stuff they do. So
Meteors inbound.
and there's some meteors inbound here too, so that's nice. So anyway, we're gonna try and see if the mods that are listed as not working are fairly important mods for my game, so that's the reason I didn't want to just like, cut my losses and whatnot. So, are these coming like right at me here? I guess it's fine. It was raining when I first logged in a little bit ago. It seems to have stopped now. It is nighttime. So yeah, so I wasn't planning on doing Space Engineers today. So, we'll see. Oh, Marcus. I completely forgot to look at chat. Marcus, welcome to the stream. We're not going to make too many tornado jokes today, because we're not... So, let me... I don't have a plan for the stream today, so I'm just going to chat about stuff. We're going to go stand on this thing, and I'm going to chat about stuff. So, the reason that we had... That I'm even doing a stream today, which is not my usual day for streaming, is because last week I had a bunch of work stuff going on, and I was going all over the place, and I was up really late because I was traveling and coming back to my house every night and then traveling again. And I ended up getting really sick. It's like my Thursday stream last week was planned to not happen, but the Sunday stream didn't happen because I was sick. So I wanted to have some sort of makeup stream, and I thought City Skylines would be a great thing to do on Tuesday, and I would do, the usual Space Engineers on Thursday, which might still happen again if the City Skylines mods don't update quickly. So, that's... Let the mod authors do what they do. Hopefully they're even still around, to be honest. They might have all moved to other games or City Skylines 2 or something, who knows. But anyway. I almost didn't have this stream tonight because there is some really bad weather. Sorry, I still have a little bit of lingering sickness going on, but there's some very, very bad weather, and one of the largest tornadoes that we've seen in a very long time just went really close to my house. And thankfully the power came back on in time for me to do this stream. But I'm still watching because in about an hour and a half we're supposed to get the next wave. And then a couple hours after that we're supposed to get the next wave after that. So we'll see what's going on. Right now the tornado is... You guys know how I take like 2 weeks off every summer and I talk about like going to a cabin and stuff. Like the tornado is approaching the cabin right now. And I'm a little bit nervous that my little vacation cabin is going to go away. So hopefully not. But yeah, this has been some crazy large tornadoes coming out today in the area around Chicago, so in northwest Indiana. So anyway, we're going to do some Titan. So last time, let me get situated here. Last time we played, we built this thing so that we could go and raid the what was that thing called? The Pirate Stronghold. So we raided the Pirate Stronghold. We got a bunch of stuff, and it's all being processed, and oh, I know what we could do today. Okay. The miner is... Oh, it's going to be rough with not being able to see anything, but the miner is working on mining as it does, and it's not terribly close to being done. So we have a lot of time for it to work. So what we're going to do is figure out how we're going to take a... I want to have like a... Since it's such a long way over this way, and this is supposed to be the... This is going to be the place where the Titan can dock underground. I don't know, I'm a sucker for gigantic holes in the ground, so... so we need to make a... like a covered walkway, I guess, from all the way over there to all the way over here. It doesn't... I don't necessarily need this thing to be the exact same grid as the other thing, but I figure it, at the very least, we'll start our walkway over there and we'll make it come all the way over here, and maybe it'll all be the same grid, and maybe it won't. Who knows? So. Maybe we'll go get that unknown signal. And then what I'm thinking is... Let's see, we are going to want it to be piped up together. So at the very least, we're going to want to run piping from, like, underneath our staircase or whatever. I'm not going to stand here. I'm afraid a spider's going to jump scare me. So I'm thinking... I still want to have this pad here for landing. You know, for, like, ships to come in and be able to land. Unknown signal's coming down kind of close. So I'm thinking we could either make it where you, like, step down, like, from the edge here. You can kind of, like, step down into this thing. Should I make it airtight? I don't think I should make it airtight. I don't think it makes sense to make it airtight. I think I just want to be protected from solar radiation and... I don't know what else. Ooh, a lost observer drone. He's pretty high up. I don't know that I can get to him and not fly out into space. I don't have anything with thrusters, ion thrusters. So, anywho. So anyway, I think that's what we're going to do, is maybe make something at the very edge here. Maybe it's just like you walk down... Like, I don't know, maybe there's just like an opening right here and you just walk into it. Or we could even do maybe like a covered... opening that you walk into. Like, I guess we don't necessarily need this to be like every ship flies straight in, because, well, because this is going to be parked here for one, and for two, we have the two side ones and the roof, so it's not that big of a loss if this thing has a bit of a thing. But I think it would just make sense if we just like walked like kind of down into a thing. So what I'm gonna do is go get some stuff. And let's see, what do I want to do first? Let me just see what I have in my inventory and grab some stuff. Actually, that's not bad stuff. How much? Oh, wait, how much ice do we have left? Enough? Enough. Oh yeah. Alright, then we're gonna need... We'll come back for some more. We're gonna need motors and stuff to split this pipe. So I think if we run the pipe over, maybe we split out, go straight down, and then we just kind of run along the ground, which is a little bit uneven, and also the curve of this planet is kind of extreme because it's a moon. But... Okay, good. Had a brief moment of uh-oh-ness. You know what I mean? Let's see, we haven't... there's a cross for this, right? There we go. Do not need my dampers relative to this unmovable object. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get this one real quick, and then we'll lay the other ones down. This way I can make sure that those, oh yeah, can I pull from... I can't pull from this. Oh, I can. I can pull from down here. Okay, good. Cool. Alright, yeah, let's see what we can do with this, and hopefully I don't get shot when the spiders crop up. So I think we will... This is fixed now, right? I can do this? Pretty sure I can do that. So we're going to run this, and then this is going to kind of dictate how our stairs or walkway go. So our stairs will come down into here, and then we'll just build like right on top of this, and then we'll just kind of put some supports on the side so it doesn't look like it's just floating above a, you know, pipe or something. But we'll just, oops, we'll just use this as the guide for how the stairs have to go, basically. If that makes sense. And then the good news is that we can split out from these stairs whenever we want. I think I'm going to fall on me or something? No. And if we wanted to do like another set of, you know, turrets for meteor and spider defense, we could do that wherever we need to. And then, you know, we'll just have this built into the... I don't think we want to go that far. Let's go... That's... Actually, that might be not far enough. How about that? Is that going to be... Yeah, that's too close to the end. Okay. Let's go a few more. That should be good. Yeah, there we go. And then this way we'll have conveyor running to the hole. Now this should, in theory, this is going to be a really, really long pipe, which is why I don't want to split it too much. That's okay. We'll be fine with that. I don't want to split it out too much, but it is, thankfully I'm fairly certain that this game is optimized for, see my reflexes on that one? Pretty good, huh? I didn't even flinch. We're optimized for really, really long, you know, like this is just, when you put all these in a row, they become just like a singular unit as far as the game engine is concerned. Yeah, as far as like the algorithm for determining like path of object. So, that's too close. Now we're getting kind of close to this thing. Then we'll have to figure out at some point how we're going to actually go into the building. But somehow we will then, from here, go down into this hole. Now, I actually think, if I did this correctly, I tried really, really hard. I'm going to map this out real quick. I tried really, really hard to line this thing up.
Energy low.
With that base, so that if I wanted to do these as a singular grid, I could. And I just want to see how well this thing is kind of kept up with that. It looks like it actually did a pretty decent job of being like spot on with the geometry here. We do have an extra little hole right there, but that's okay. It's gonna be, yeah, so this was known at the time that it's not exactly, you know, even on both sides. I don't know what we're going to do about that. We'll have to figure out. Actually, you know what we could do about that? I do know what we're going to do about that. We are going to make this go... Oh, I hit the button. I'm going to run out of energy, aren't I? We're going to make this go up at least this far. Probably at least this far, actually. And then as we go across, we will be up nice and high over here. And then this will just be like a wall. And we'll be able to have like a... you know, doors to be able to go in and out and stuff. I think this will work out pretty good. So, I'm just going to leave this sitting over here for now. I'm going to start welding all of this tube up. Actually, maybe I'm not going to do that. Maybe we'll plan out the stairs first, and then we'll weld everything up together. Let's first recharge a bunch of stuff. That's the wrong one. Just Fs. Okay, sorry. Fs. Oh, and there's high winds. Just like in real life. let's see. I'm keeping a close eye on the next round of the storm coming. So periodically I'm just going to be poking. I got a tornado watch that's been going on for a while. Looks like the very edge of a storm is going to kind of clip me a little bit here. So if the stream abruptly dies, that's going to be due to a power outage. So if it's unlikely that I'm coming back after that if there's a power outage. So it's also going to be difficult for me to actually. So when you're streaming on YouTube, there's like that thing is going to crash, isn't it? Maybe not. When you're streaming on YouTube, there's like the start and stop stream of whether or not you're sending data, and then there's end broadcast. So you can like stop the stream and then start the stream again within the same broadcast. If the power goes out, the stream will stop, but the broadcast won't. And it will be difficult for me to stop. In fact, I don't even think I can stop the broadcast without the PC that started the broadcast. Like I can't do it from a phone because the button physically is not there on the phone app. So, and also if my internet goes down, I'm not going to be able to do anything anyway. So it might say that you might just see like the spinning YouTube trying to load thing. In which case, it will just, you're just gonna have to deal with it. Hello, Phil. Yes, we're making all the tornado jokes today. Phil, get them all out of your system. It's totally cool. And I mean that seriously. I'm totally cool with tornado jokes. I'm actually a big fan of storms and everything. I was, growing up in the Midwest, I was the kid who would like sit outside during the thunderstorms with like my mom or my dad because we were all just like, let's all go stare at the, life-threatening weather. So, I'm kind of exhilarated by all of these things. And also we have like a solid tornado safety plan. If something were to go wrong, we will be safe. I might lose like my house and stuff like that, but we will be safe, which is the important thing. So either way, so I guess what I'm saying is you can feel free to joke about the life-threatening tornado in the chat. We will do our best to be safe over here. So anywho, what was I even doing here? Oh yeah, we were gonna make. How much stuff do I have on me? Good. All right, we're gonna try and figure out how I want to do this. Now I could do. One of the really big tornado that almost went by one of the largest cattle farms in this area. It like literally went very, very close to it. It went between my house and the farm. And it could have been really devastating. So it does happen. We have a lot of cattle over here. Cattle and corn, that's what we do over here. Let's see. So I'm always kind of stuck with how to do stairs in a hallway. Because, like, I could do something like... And I wanted to do... I could do something like... Something like this, and then that could be, like, my floor, and we could run... something like that, and we could run along it. Or we could even put corridor directly above this. But I was thinking maybe we would do something with like curved glass and make it a little bit, like we could do it 3 wide, maybe. We could do it 3 wide, do windows on the outside, just all windows, all curved glass across the top, and then in the middle periodically some dual, those the lights. That, where there's the dual, what are they called? The little fluorescent looking light thingies. So I was thinking we could do that, and it'd be nice and big and, robust and everything, but I don't know how I would make that. I don't know how I would do a slope with that. And I don't think that I have any sort of, like, corridor. I would probably need to get, like, a modded corridor to go down. So then the only other thing we could do, yeah, a double stack corridor with full width catwalk stair. Oh. Interesting. I might maybe we'll do a quick reload and go get that mod. Or maybe we won't, and I'll just do like some... We'll just maybe just do some stairs down and then just like enclose the entire thing or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Hope you have a good flight back to California, Phil. That's a long flight from New Jersey. If we did, like, stair... Okay, so hold on. If we did, like, pretend these are the stairs, okay? Okay, and then these blocks here are the stairs. I guess not that one. These blocks here are the stairs. So that you're, like, walking down. Actually, maybe this would have been better if I had done... If I had done these. Come on. We'll just do this. Or I could just do a ramp. It could just be a ramp. It could just be a ramp like this if we really wanted to. But imagine these are the stairs here, right? And we're going to go down in. Like, we could just enclose this whole area in the same kind of glass bubbly thing. Or we could just do, like, you know, bubble step up, bubble step up, bubble step up. I don't know. It kind of look a little weird, I think. But I'm pretty sure that these things are going to destroy some of this at some point. Because yeah, we could take this whole bottom structure and go all the way back to here and enclose the whole thing, basically. Is this going to be kind of too big of a walkway? If we do the big walkway like this, it also gives us the possibility of building in like little airlocks, or I guess just access doors periodically, because we'll have a little bit more room to put stuff in, as opposed to having to do like a corridor T and a... Yeah, I think this will work. I think this will work. So what if we actually do... let's see, I was going to say do put the stairs in. I don't think I have the ability, like the correct... We could also do these. We could do these stairs and have like an even longer slope going down. Or we could do them the opposite way and have a really steep slope going down. That would stretch it out, see if it doubles 1, 2. It's currently 1, 2, 3 stairs, so it would probably go out to 1, 2, 3. So it'd end somewhere around here when it comes down in. That might not be the worst looking thing. And then it's not the... you know, then it's not the graded stairs. Yeah. At least it's just rain. I thought it's every so often there's like a flash in the sky. And I go, oh, that's lightning. And then I go, no, there's no lightning. And then I remember that's usually just what happens before the rain. Yeah, because if we do the graded stairs, then it's going to be like a weird... We'll have to do something weird underneath the stairs. Yeah, I think let's try this. Hold on. If we did... I didn't put them in here, did I? Gives us a little bit more... Let's see, I'll keep those in there. I might need those. Gives us a little bit more... Let's see, should I give myself maybe some room... like right on the end here, and then start one in case I want to do like a door right on the end or something. Oh no, I don't want to do a door because this isn't going to be airlocked. Or we could do a door, I don't know, we could do a door on the when you get down here or something like that, just to kind of, I don't know, keep the spiders from getting in or something. I don't know. It feels like the kind of thing you would want to be able to lock up. I don't know. Especially since it's a ostensibly the entrance into the, where you hang out. Just occurred to me, I don't think the miner is going to be going where those blocks are, but I might want to take those blocks down. At least it's not going to go over there anytime soon, but I think I'm going to take those blocks down so that when it does inevitably try to come back over this way. Which, now that I think about it, I'm not sure if we've actually... if this is the edge of its, where it is mining. It might be going to come back along this edge a little bit more. This looks like, because of the angle of it, this looks like a previous drilling attempt. So, I'm fairly sure that it is not going to come back over here, but I think I'm just going to dial this back a little bit, just in case. So we'll just leave it like that. Let me charge up a little bit here.
Energy low.
Nice. Double stack corridor. That is really tempting, though, that double stack corridor, because we could do... I kind of like the idea of doing the, I kind of like the idea of doing, like, the big... because it would just look more substantial and you could do more with it. Oh, there's Big Thunder outside now. Let me double check that radar. We got the Big Thunder. Let's see, what's it doing? I think it's just going to be rain. I don't think I'm in the danger of anything at the moment here. Yeah, I'm not in any danger. Just thunder. Which could lead to power outage, but we'll see. I'm going to take a drink of water, though, because I'm unusually parched. So, as you know, when I take a drink of water, I usually tell people to like and subscribe. So if you're enjoying the stream, please consider throwing a like on it. And if you'd like to get notified when I go live, as proof that I am still alive, please consider subscribing. Oh, look, a spider. Okay, cool. Good. Yeah, we're gonna keep this. And I'm kind of thinking I got ideas, but I don't know how they're gonna work out. So this is gonna be one of those, like, let's just kind of mess around with stuff. So let's put like a ramp on the other side of this. And, nope. Stairs. I saw you link the stairs in Discord. Good. I think this is going to be good, though. I think I'm going to still get those stairs because they might be useful for other things, but I'm not going to get them today. We're going to go ahead and do this. So this will be like our... And my goal is to kind of keep this top part flat here in case we do need to ever, like, bring a ship straight into the hangar through this entrance. It won't really interfere with it. So that's my plan. So now the question is this the floor that we want, or do we want something else? Because one thing I'm thinking is we could do half blocks to kind of save a little bit of iron. Not that we have to save iron. We could do half blocks. But what would I use to hold them up? Well, we could do half blocks down the middle. And we could do... Oh, that unknown signal's pretty close there. I'm probably going to jet over there and get that. We could do... I mean, I could do floor blocks, actually, down the middle. And we could maybe do... Because I'm going to do... let's see. Okay, here's what I'm thinking the pattern will be. Let me... And this is where I wish I had Space Engineers 2 copy-paste blueprint dealy. Let me go get this unknown signal real quick. Oh, it's not close to the ground. Never mind. We'll get it in a little bit. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to need floor. And I'm going to need... what do you call it? It's like scaffolding, I think is what I want. I don't know exactly which scaffolding yet, though. But here's what I think we're going to do. We're going to do floor decal, and we're going to assume that we don't ever see... But how am I going to do floor... How am I going to do it when we have to go down one? We'll just do a start and a stop. That's all we do. So maybe we do something like... You're not going to see the floor right here, but we could do something like that. I'm going to need to make sure that all the sides are covered. But we could do like a start like this, maybe? What would be a better start? Yeah, if we want to do something like that. There's the... There it is. And then we'll get to here. And then we'll probably just do like a little ramp down. That'll be fine. Although, I'm going to need something to hold up the side here. Temporarily, because we'll cover this all up. We'll fill this all in. Oh, you know what? I was thinking... Actually, the very last one, we will do this one, and then the very first one here, we'll do the opposite, and then we'll... Things going, whatever. Then we'll carry on with this like this. I'm out of interior plate. So that'll be kind of the pattern there. And then... Oh, rain's really coming down out there now. That should be good there. So then along the side, where we're going to have the windows go up, we will do... Let me think about this, because we need like a... I don't want to be too square about it, but I do need the, not to be a square about it, but I do need the sides to be flat on top in order to put the windows. But I'm wondering if it would look weird. Which one has the... It's not this group, is it? No, it's not. It is... this one has this guy. Wondering if it would look weird to do this... I thought about either that or... No, I think yeah, okay. That or this. To hold it up. And I think I'm going to go with these because... Thank you. Because then what I could do is take something like this scaffold frame and just kind of run it along the bottom there. And it'll actually... Oh, we do kind of pop out of the ground a little bit. That's okay. And it'll kind of look like it's holding it up a little bit and protecting the pipe a bit. This is going to stick. You see, if I do it with just like blocks, this would kind of look okay. Well, not the ladder. But actually the ladder might work for where we do like where you like exit. That actually might be kind of cool. So if you wanted to go like halfway down and exit, you could have like a, you know, a spot where you drop down through the scaffolding and come out. I don't know. I think that's probably just a little too much. But we do have the half scaff, don't we? The fact that it has little bars on it. Actually, maybe putting them upside down like this. What other half scaffs do we have? Do we just have the one? I think we just have the one. What if we did the half scaff like this? Oh no, we have the normal half scaff. Half scaff. That's what we call it. That's what the cool kids call it. I'm just saying. I'm just doing what they do. We could do the half scaff like this. I think that would look really good. Or now I'm actually thinking now that the other half scaff with the thing, if we do it this way, that might also look pretty good too, because it kind of blocks you from walking right up to the, you know, this feels like you're just going to lean over and do anything, but like, I don't know, this feels, I kind of like this. Because you're not really going to see the bottom of it too much. Most of the time it's going to be buried in the ground. So I think doing it like this will look pretty good. So that's going to be the plan then. And we could do it, do we want to do it for the entire length, or we just want to do it like selectively? Like periodically where it makes sense and it's kind of buried in the ground enough. Maybe like every other one or something. And then would we put... Yeah, why don't we do that? We'll just do every other one, or maybe every 3 or something like that. And then we'll just put a normal half catwalk. We have a normal half catwalk like that, right? This one, or this one. Half catwalk center railing. I think that's what the one we would want. Half catwalk center railing. Then we could just do this in between them. Yeah. Yep. I think that will look good. And then it'll kind of look like a continuous little railing thing. It's not really there to protect the... You know, otherwise I would armor this up or do like beams underneath it or something like that. But I think this will look better. Okay. So that'll be the structural plan for that. And then once we have the side figured out here and how you kind of transition down, then we will be good. Actually, why don't we figure that out next? Because I'm putting off figuring out how that is all going to go. So let me kind of lock that in on this side, and I'm going to work on this side for some reason. Well, not for some reason. For the reason that I already have these things here. So, let's see. How would we even do this? So, do I need to go...
Energy low.
Yeah. We would need... I don't know which group it's in. Not one of these. I know what it looks like. It's not one of these. It would have to then be... Nope. It's the one with the tiny little corner cut out. I'm just... There. Oh, it's right. Look at literally right next to it. This feller. We'll go like that. And then... Oh, man. We don't have a block. I don't think we have a block that looks like this. Because where we need to end up is here somehow. Oh, wait. No, wait. We do have that block. We have that block. We have that block. Totally. Totally have that block. Nope, we don't have that block. This is close. But... we do not have this block. Yeah, we don't have this block. Ire, welcome to the stream, my friend. How's it going? We're playing my favorite game, Do I Have the Shapes? Hey, did that link work? By the way? I tried to fix the links to the YouTube channels. Let's see. This isn't going to do it, right? No, we do not have this shape. I am pretty sure we don't. But if we did, what would it look like? It would look like Pirate Scout Drone. No, that's no good. Wait, no, hold on now. Hold on. Wait a second.
Energy critical.
Okay, I might have to go deal with that. I am so close to solving this puzzle, I feel like. Okay. Let's go solve the energy crisis. You better not launch anything at me. Very good. I'm glad it works. Oh, what am I going to eat here in a few minutes? Do I have, what kind of food have I? I got plenty of food. I've got, let's see. We have some synth loaf. I could just see a synth loaf right now, since I have it. And it will not fill me up all the way, but it'll fill me up most of the way. And you're going away, so you're not going to bother me. There we go. So how's the old Star Wars server going over there? Things are looking pretty good. Saturday's the big day. Watch Ayer's stream on Saturday to see how the Star Wars server is going. They've been doing custom builds of Star Wars ships, and they're going to do the Never Surrender scenario. Oh, what if we... I guess the real question here is, how am I going to handle the transition? You know, maybe I just have to cut my losses on this thing here and go like this. And then like that. You know? Oops. Something like that. And go down. That way we maintain the very flat outer edge and I can still do the windows properly there. Yeah. Maybe I will do... I was going to say, I could do stairs here, but then you would see out the bottom. I am building from the base here, I am building what's going to eventually be a covered walkway that will go all the way. I was going to get that unknown signal. Now it's going to blow up soon. They'll go all the way to the hole that the miner has been digging for the past several episodes. Are you still? Okay. And that is where the Titan is going to live, in that hole. We're going to build a whole big old hangar for it to live in. So. And then we're going to leave this planet once we get that done. Probably. Yeah, that's how I roll. So yeah, so we're trying to design how this covered walkway is going to work. The covered walkway is not supposed to be armored. It's just there to be like a, protect me from the sun, mostly. And spiders. So we're going to cover most of it. But I think this will be a good pattern right there, because that'll work well with the supports that are supposed to be holding it up. And then we just continue this pattern down. So let me finish off this one side. And then, nope. That's a little scary. What are we shooting at? Did you launch drones? Or was there a spider? I don't even know what we were shooting at. So the thing about these guys is they tend to launch drones that have ion thrusters, and then they tend to just crash somewhere. So hard to say what just happened here. So anyway, I need This is... Sorry, I'm sitting in a weird position here where I can't see my keyboard because of the microphone in the way, and I don't know how I got into this weird position. Every so often I look down to reference the keyboard, and I can't see what I'm doing. Alright, so we're going to do this, and then we'll repeat. And then, what do I need for the scaffolding? I need girder. I don't know why I keep flying up in here when there is the entire thing, the entire cargo container downstairs. What do I need for this thing? Construction components. You there. Okay. Might as well charge up while I'm here. Hello, Fuse. Who's doing stuff? Welcome to the stream. Alright, so this is what we decided would be kind of the pattern for underneath, is we would go like scaffold, space. This is going to be oddly spaced, space-spaced, but I think that's okay. What if we did... Yeah, what if we just did every other like that? And then in between we're going to do these things like this. So then it actually does look, it looks like there's one every single spot, but they're actually every other. I think that would be okay. I think that'll be good. I gotta be careful that I don't do too much here without welding up some of this stuff, or I'm going to lock myself out of it. And then I'm going to have to redo everything. So then the only other thing we need to figure out is how are we, or are we, going to enclose this portion? Because this is going to be covered over. And you're going to walk down into a covered walkway. So what is the strategy? Do we just build up a whole little thing around it? I could see that. I think maybe I need to, well, probably weld up some of these pipes so I don't lose access to them. And then maybe we'll do the initial covering a couple of blocks in so that we can kind of see what this is going to look like. And then we can work from there. So let's just start from the beginning here and weld up a bunch of pipes. And then the other benefit of doing the bottom with these alternating supports is that if we need to, we can like just cut one of these out, put in a cross there, and then have some more of these little satellite turrets sitting out. Probably would be a good idea to put some sort of protection around that cargo container too. But it's like it's got these turrets here for one thing, so I'm not really worried about it, and it's covered by that. And the only real thing that I'm worried about is meteors. So, in reality. Oh yeah, there we go. Miner's coming back to charge up. Did I have any other ones that didn't actually get fully welded? I don't think so. I think they're all white. They're all white. Yeah. Just trying not to get shot. Gooch. Okay. This will be the last segment that I'll fully weld up here. And then we'll start doing a segment of floor. Like I was saying earlier, this is
inbound.
This is where I really wish I had the Space Engineers 2, you know, partial copy and blueprint and everything. It would make this a lot better. Good enough. All right. I swear if you hit the pipe way over there, or if you hit me. All right, how much girder do I still have? Good. Okay, so here's where I think we're going with this. The options are we want to probably do curved across the top, and I guess we don't have to do curved. I've been doing a lot of curved window, haven't I? Because like the farm has curved window, and or does it? Or am I thinking of the other farm? I might be thinking of the other farm. So many farms. Okay, never mind. So I guess there's no curved window here anywhere. So we could do curved window here. So curved arch over the top, which will give me room to put down, sorry about the blinking there, the double lights down the center floor. And we'll do so the side wall then. That's the question here. Do we want to use the normal flat windows, or something like these half windows? I guess we could have done maybe like the bridge window slopes and gone, ooh, if we did that, I'd have to redesign everything. That would have looked cool though. Hold on. That would have looked really cool if I'd done that. Why does my brain not think of things until it's too late? If we did that, the floor, what would hold these things up, I guess, is the question then. If it was just, because I'm thinking of then of a thinner corridor where you're just like basically walking right between them. Yeah, I don't think that would work. As kind of cool as that would look, probably look kind of dumb from the outside. Okay, not going to do that. We have the bay windows with the railing. That's going to be a little bit more difficult. I'm thinking, so anyway, what I was originally thinking was either normal window or half window. And I'm actually thinking half window. But what's going to be... No, I think this might work. So, prototypically, here's what we're looking at here. Like, one second. Okay. Storm check. One moment. Okay, this storm did not go in the direction that I thought it was going to, and we are like right in the midst of it. But it's still just wind and rain. No tornado. So, I'm okay with that. Still could knock the power out though. So, be prepared to go into your emergency, Duke Stream offline mode or whatever. So, let's see, which way am I doing this? Yeah, so if we did like... that, and then I guess I do need a flat window. So imagine there's a flat window up top there. So we're like, this is the big old hallway that we're going to walk through to get down there, right? So. Wondering about that cool factor now, though, of the other window type. I think this'll be okay. It'll look good enough. I wanted this hallway to look substantial, because it is a glorified hallway, but I did want it to look substantial. I think this is going to look substantial enough. And so when we get to the end here, let me redo this side so that it matches.
Energy flow.
Oh, always with the energy. How did I do that? So we went down, sideways, thing, in. Okay. This is the wrong block group. There we go. We got down, sideways one, and then we pick up over here. And we did this one? This one. Alright. EC, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Oh, what did I goof up here? Hold on. I did this one. Oh, actually, maybe that's the better place to put that. Oh, yeah. I think that's the better place to put that. So let's pull this back here. I'm just building on a Mars-ish looking planet. I don't know if you've got any experience with that. Yes. Okay, good. I like that. So then what we will have to do here is Titan is very cool. I hardly ever play on Titan. There's just not a place I think to go to, and so I wanted to do something here, since I feel like I've played on every other planet recently. So, all right. So if we're like there, right, and then at this level we want to go down one. Okay, that's whoop. That was a dampener problem. Oh, wow. Okay. We have to really make some ramps to get up and in and out of this thing. Alright, so then we just have to kind of do a...
Energy critical.
Okay, fine, jeez. We'll just have to do something to... you know, go between the two. So the question is, can I do that in one block, or do I need 2 blocks to do that? So, we're going to find out. So can we go, like, something like this, and then something like this, and then somehow, oh, we can do that. And then we could just put one of these right there. I think this could be the way we do it. Now, did I use the correct? I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to the tinting. I might have done the wrong. Oh no, that should have been right for the other side. And then this side would get this one. There we go. Oh, if I built a Star Wars ship, what would I have built? Have I ever built anything that was inspired by our Star Wars ship? I'm trying to think. What? So, that's a really good question. So I think I would have probably done. Let's see what my favorite Star Wars ship. I think I may have mentioned this a couple weeks ago, but my favorite Star Wars ship is like the Y-wing. Just because it's so simple. It feels like cockpit strapped to engines. Um, and it's like designed for strategic maneuvers, bombing and stuff like that. It's not a fast thing. It's tactical. I know I said strategic, but it's really more tactical, I guess. But anyway, but even more specifically, there was an earlier variant of the Y-wing that I want to say was on the Clone Wars cartoon. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a sleeker version of it that looks like this was the actual like mass-produced version of it, and then the original trilogy versions of the Y-wing were almost like we're slapping them together with whatever we got, kind of a thing. Yeah, the one that looks a little bit more armored, So, and it's a little bit sleeker, it's not just like squared off all over the place. So, I would probably do one of those. I also really like the V-wing with the like the wings that open like, hold on, that open. I can't do. Anyway, I can't get my hands to do the thing, but yeah. Oh, hey, Game Dork. When did you get here? Welcome. I do. Yeah, the Y-wing is kind of like the Warthog. So the A10. So yeah, it's cool. Cool times. You know the lore. That's good. I assume there would be lore. There would be lore for it, but yeah, that makes sense. It's just like, hey, we're gonna save some money, and not put all the armor on it, and at the same time, that's gonna benefit our, ability to use it and everything. I'm gonna take a drink. You could all like and subscribe while I do that. I was actually thinking of stopping the stream a little bit early, but now that I'm looking at the radar and everything, I don't think I'm going to need to. I think this storm is going to be past us before I was even planning to stop. So, feeling good about this. I love storm streams, like I have to do this like a couple of times every summer where it's like I'm streaming, but I'm also telling you about the weather in my immediate vicinity like constantly. So, yeah, I'm trying to think. Like I've done Stargate ships, and I think the only Star Trek thing I've ever tried to do is a runabout. Star Trek has weird geometric shapes that don't always they look too Lego-y in Space Engineers, whereas like a lot of other franchises, their stuff looks a little more conducive to the way Space Engineers builds. I'm not probably going to be able to take part in your stream, but I'm definitely going to watch it. So I'm very excited to see how this goes. I'm really gonna think about that because there's a lot of cool Star Wars ships, like the what's that Mandalorian ship that like it's got the gigantic like half triangle pointy wings, and when they land they like put the wings straight up and like the cockpit lands, and it's like just looks so menacing, like it's like there to be intimidating. I don't know what it's called. You tell me if I have no idea what it's called, and I don't know that I ever knew. So if you're saying it's the Gauntlet, I'm gonna believe you. But either way, I love that ship too. And I think that would be doable in Space Engineers if you were okay with the subgrid interactions, Yes. Bo-Katan had one. I think it might have been in Rebels or Clone Wars too. I don't remember, but yeah, definitely. That is the one that I'm thinking of. So, cool. I would probably try and build one of those. Do you guys have one of those? always tell people, like, you know, I am not a Star Wars fan, you know? Like, I'm not the kind of person who, like, immediately runs to consume all of the media, you know? And I don't have strong opinions on a lot of Star Wars stuff, but also I have seen, like, all of the Star Wars and know a ton of the trivia and all the stuff. So it's like one of those weird situations. Do I want to jump up? I still want to build a gauntlet though, but after the event, I'm leaving the server up and hope to some bigger ships. Yes, hope to those ships as well. Also, good luck to you, Miner. You've been working hard over there. All right. This is where I think we're going to end up going, like, up 1, over 2, up 1, over 2. But then at some point, we're going to just stop because I'm going to walk down into it. And it's actually going to be kind of, like I said earlier, we want it to flatten out and not be just like a giant arch in front of this walkway here. So it's going to be interesting. This could be a, you know, team build. Like, everybody just pitches in on building this one ship. It is, I forgot what FOOM stands for, but yes, that is exactly what that miner is. I mean, it's modular, but at the moment, that is what it is. Now, we could go. Oh, I think it's a nice looking miner. It has personality. All right. Okay, maybe this is where we need to start going up one. So if we did this and then atop that did this. What does FUM stand for? Is it a fully something something? Oh, is that really what it stands for? Oh, I thought it was something nicer than that. I thought it had some... Oh. Well, I completely misunderstood what it stood for then. Then I take back what I said. It is not FUM. It is something else. It's moderately good looking. It's like a... I don't know. It's like a 5. Let's all take a moment to fly over to the miner, which has been working really hard and digging this hole over here. All right. Look at this guy. Look at these supple shapes. All right. Look how it's able to attach and detach from this thing so that it can do all sorts of stuff. It could have front-facing drills. It could have welders. It could have grinders. It could have mag plates. It could have probably something else that I forgot about. I think it's pretty darn good. And it's self-flying. And it's my favorite color. And now he's going to go... We're going to give him a little privacy because he's going to go take a dump over there. Alright. Back to... How many girders I got? I'm doing okay on girders. Alright, girders. So, if we then go... Are we basically already at the hold on a second. Yeah, this is the This is the height I want to be at. So I think I might even just take that almost straight over like that. And then figure out where we need to end our...
Energy low.
Are you going to rain on me again? This is why we got to put the roof up. You will just walk down into it. So actually, probably need to keep this area fairly open. Oh, it'd actually be kind of cool if somehow we had worked like a big door into the top of here. But anyway, yeah, it's just going to be kind of open there, and then you'll walk down, and then you'll be under it. And maybe I'll put a door... No, there's really no good way to put a door inside of here, is there? It's just going to be open. Open air. Yeah, fam. That's right. One by one. Hoorah. Okay. So, where... How far do I need to put it? Oh, okay. There we go. Can I can't put it right there. So I could do this. Yeah, good. Then we can just walk right into it like that. And then what will happen is this is still nice and flat for if we need to, like, fly a ship straight and there's nothing bothering it. Oh, yeah. What did you... What? I'm trying to... I'm thinking really hard of what you wanted to say, but meow, I can't remember. Anyway, I'm sure it'll come to me. I just need to kind of focus on building right now. All right, I think this is going to work out pretty good. Look at that. Maybe I'll just leave it like this, you know? It'll just be like a very, very flimsy looking structure or something. All right, now how am I going to seal up the backside here? So we could take this all the way to here and just go straight up as a back wall and then, like, seal this whole thing in normally, I guess.
Energy critical.
Oh, geez. All right, fine. Guess I gotta charge up, meow. I'm doing this for the thousands of cats that watch my stream. All right. Good, good. So, I think what we're going to do is perhaps take this up, take the floor up one more, and then just go straight back and up. And then this will just be... Oh, there is lightning here. We'll just take this... I think I'm about to run out of girder. Yep. Yeah, car ramrod. Anyway, do I need you? I don't think so. Not for now. Ooh, what if we took the back and actually went like this? Okay, all right, okay. And that's the wrong way. Well, I feel like I've not been paying attention to whether or not I've been putting the tint on the right side of this window. I guess we'll find out when we weld it up, huh? Alright, so that be that. And then just got to figure out how I'm going to enclose this bottom part. I guess I could just do plate. I guess I can't really do that with this bottom there, can I? Well, we could just do... Yeah, I think it would make sense if we just take the flooring and move it up to meet with that, and then we'll just kind of fill in where we need to. So maybe we'll probably take this out. But come on. Potentially to like there. And then let's see how easy or hard or annoying it's going to be to kind of take the floor up. So if we are, that is not the thing that goes there. Hold on. We're here like this, and we do. Yeah, see, that starts to go in. So now we want to. Let's see, that's going to go up pretty fast, but we just did something like that. Now we've gone up too fast. But we could, yeah, let's do this with armor. I was thinking we could do this with ramp or something. Oh, how am I gonna do this? This really would work better if I had a 2x1 version of this kind of thing. Can I? Oh, hey, Kaz. Welcome to the stream. We are working on not the hangar, but the hallway to the hangar, basically, which is turning out to be a lot more complicated than I had originally intended, but I like where it's going. I like where my head's at. We'll just do this. And then we'll do whatever I just did before. Right? Or not. Do this. Or we could just fill it in and then... What's that looking like from the inside? I guess that's okay. I mean, from the inside, it's going to look like that no matter what. It's just a matter of is it here or is it there? Oh, well, let's actually... That is true. It is a matter of is it here or there, so let's make it there. Yeah, okay. So let's go like that. Yep. And then we'll put another window right there. And then going around the back. I'm not trying to make this airtight, because it won't be airtight, but I am trying to make it, like, isolated, if that makes sense. And then, what did I do here? This was this feller. Nope. Was his best friend, this guy. Cool. And then... And then we'll just put some more windows in. This has stacking windows, though, doesn't it? I have stacked the windows now. No, that's okay, I think. And I have a good reason for that now that I see it. Which is, if we walk down in... We could, for reasons, I don't know why you would do this, but you could walk back along here and you'd be able to look out here. And I guess you could go up here if you really wanted to and look out. Not that there would be any way for you to get up there. Oh, it's a hole right here. And we'll fix that later. Yeah. I don't have a good way for you to get up there. I guess if we did do like a... Nah, whatever, it's fine. We'll fill this hole in at some point too. That's gonna be that, and I'm gonna have to weld that up and then put these stairs back. So anyway, that's pretty much it. And then you walk up, we're good to go. Now, if I didn't have the go-getter working on a like multi-month long job over there, I would bring it back and use the welders to weld this all up. But in the meantime, we are just gonna be going back and forth and welding this up. So, okay, hold on. I gotta catch up on a lot of chat here because I was not paying attention. Okay. Talking about Ayer's chats. Okay, so there's a lot of things happening in public here. Legend's the right place, though. Okay, good. Everything's good through Syria. Okay. You found your kid was your 2.5-year-old kid was wandering outside with no supervision, and the daycare center had no idea he was missing. That had to have been incredibly stressful. I'm really sorry that you had to go through that. You know, kids, I hate to be the kids these days guy, but every child that I know is either incredibly dependent, like they're the iPad kid, you know, and they're just like sit around doing nothing, or they are the I just let myself out and wander around the neighborhood kid. And I'm sorry to say that neither one of those are great, but you get what you get. So if you're liking the stream, please consider hitting that like button. And if you're having YouTube streaming issues because of the weather outside, you can go ahead and hit subscribe. Technically, I am still streaming. It might come back. But yeah, there's a good chance that internet's gonna... You got somebody say something when I come back on. Is it back up? It looks like the bitrate is recovering. I'm sure that's storm related, but we'll see. Okay, then we'll have to put some lights in here. Yeah, let me start welding some stuff up. And then hopefully we will return. Maybe I should put some cargo access down in this ridiculous tunnel too. Alright, I should probably just weld up this whole middle section here. To be honest, let's put the stairs back. And then just grab... Yeah, I could see that the internet struggled for a bit there and then came back. Probably won't be the last time that happens. Oh, I have a bunch of steel plate on me, don't I? I should probably just dump that in the... Oh, the sun's coming up. This is going to be annoying. I'm going to have to get some vodka. What do I have on me? A ton? Yeah. All right, let's weld up and then...
Energy flow.
Oh. Weld you up. All right, we'll do that, and then we're gonna... I think I'm just gonna dump a bunch of the steel plate that I've got into all this stuff. I do have a welder ship here, but it's busy. It's busy being a mining ship. That's part of the downside of having a modular do-everything ship is that if I only build one of them, then I forget Or I lack the ability to use it for more than one thing. Let's see. Let's grab. Let's put the girders back. Let's grab, like, 100. I think I got them all. Let's see. Ah, the old 9 p.m. bourbon. Sounds good. Alright, here's where I remember if I... Yeah, see, I didn't... Oh, I ended here. That's right. This is... Nope, that's perfect, actually. Never mind. I didn't need to grab all this stuff, because that was the end of the road. So, I am wondering, should... Yeah, okay, never mind. I should probably get the windows on the side that has the sun welded up first. So that, you know, normally I would hate this with, like, the ramp and then the walls there, but I don't actually hate that. Maybe this should have been long stairs like that, actually. I think that would make more sense, because it... Oh, good. This is going to block out the sun for me. Yeah, I think we're going to do that instead. So we'll take that out, and we're going to take out this and this. And we're going to put in nothing there. That can just be that. Okay. Sorry, I was checking the weather. So moving that back one. Then we can put stair, but I need interior. But might be worthwhile at some point to build another utility ship, another go-getter. Especially for welding up the base over there. Although, at that point, the go-getter will be done with what it's doing, and we could just convert it into a welding ship. I don't know. It would take me a while to build a new one, and I don't want to. But, let's focus on... two. And a hole there. Let's focus on welding up some of the windows next. After we get all this going. Do I have too much? Don't. Okay. So, when I was sick last week, I'm gonna be honest. So, what was happening at work was, the first night on Tuesday night we had a there we go. We had a community meetup in the office, and I helped run those, so I had to be there for that. And that's just generally kind of like a late night. So I got home after that, and then I went back to the office the next day because we are moving out of our office and getting a smaller office because everybody works from home, and so we don't need a gigantic office like we used to. And so we were having a, like, say goodbye to the office party kind of thing. And it was at that point that I definitely, they were like, hey, we got all this bourbon in the office and tequila and stuff, and we don't want to take it with us. And I was like, well, I'll do my part. And then I had forgotten at that point, shortly thereafter, that the next night we had like a company offsite that goes late into the night, and so I went back home and then went to that thing, and the next day, and then the third day. By the second day, I was already feeling a bit sick, and so by the third day, it was like, I was pretty much done. So, all right, that sun's gonna bug me pretty soon, so we're gonna start getting some of these going. What do I have on me here? Just a bunch of that. Did I? Oh, you know what? Hold on. Before I do all that, there is some unwelded bits over here. Actually, that's probably it. So in other words, all of my illness and poor fortune were entirely on me for bad decisions that I do not regret. All right, so we're going to need a lot of those pieces. Did not mean to hit that button. That's what I wanted to do. At the moment, let's see. I'll give you all an update on the weather. It looks like the tornado watch has actually been canceled.
Meteors inbound.
I'm down to just a flood warning. The storm at the moment has passed. I am not expecting more storms until 3 or 4 in the morning. That's the next time a tornado possible storm will be coming through. So, I did these the wrong way. How far? Well, I guess I'll just take them all out and redo them. I bet I did that one wrong. This is what I get for not paying attention to the tint. Oh, I've still got some things back there to weld, huh? And the sun's coming back, so we're going to start taking solar damage.
Energy low.
Yeah. I could probably... that one's backwards. That one's backwards. That's surely backwards. Alright, let's take these two out and flip them. Anyway, I was trying to think, how could I get like some recharge stations and stuff in here and like some cargo access? And I could just embed them in the floor. I think that's the only way I can really do it, because I can't get them in the walls. Unless we did like, unless we did sections where we like have like corridor breaks, essentially. Actually, maybe that's a good idea. So I was thinking we could, periodically, we would have like an opening for you to go out and walk out of this thing in case you wanted to come in from the side or something and not have to come all the way up here. That maybe around those openings we could do some cargo access and recharge stations. Probably a good idea. So we will maybe plan on... Oh, here, wait. Round window, yeah. Round window corner, round window. Okay, good. Round window, okay, good. These are the right way. So maybe around here where I've stopped. This actually probably would be a good place to do one of those. Actually, this might be the only good place. We'll just do it like roughly... That's not halfway, but this is kind of almost halfway. Maybe down there is actually the best place to do it, where we wouldn't have to like have a super large ramp down. So we'll do that. We'll make like a little... It won't really be an airlock since this isn't airtight, but it'll be like a... kind of like an airlock where we'll have doors and then we'll have We'll cut into this pipe and we'll have cargo access and a recharge
Energy
station.
critical.
In the meantime, we'll just keep walking back and forth. Ugh, gonna take a while. I may want to just grab as much bulletproof, maybe we'll just grab like as many girders as we can. What does this thing need too? This thing needs steel plate in it. Let me just grab a ton of girders and just fill everything with girders, basically. Girder, girder, there we go. Oh, you know what? I'm at 0 power. Maybe I should do something about that.
No energy.
Yep. You know what? Actually, I don't want to accidentally die out here. Let me actually heal. There we go. There's only 10 points, but you never know. Better safe than sorry, right? I don't know that I need the light on anymore. That'll help with everything dying constantly. Alright, so let's... What have I got? Girder? You need girder? You need girder too, huh? Okay. Let's girder everything. I guess I should do it on this side. The sun side. This doesn't protect me from the sun if they're not built, right? How did I do? That was all the girders. Okay. Then we're going to need some steel plate, but mostly bulletproof glass. We're not getting solar damage yet. Now, also, a thing to note about this world is that I don't know that you're actually supposed to take... Oh, not girder anymore, bullet. That you're if you're supposed to take solar damage on this planet or not, because there seemed to be some confusion as to whether or not you do, and I definitely do, and this isn't a modded world or anything. Oh, I guess I am protected. Oh, yeah, because I'm behind a welded one, right? Oh. Oh. Guess I don't take solar damage in here. Okay. Well, there we go. Thank you for confirming that, Mr. Game Dork. Am I out of... I'm out already. Wow. Yeah, this is where a welding ship definitely would have come in handy, huh? This might be easier to do from the outside. I could probably risk the solar damage for a bit. Am I... Oh, I'm out. I probably was out a long time ago. Let's do more girder. Did I get you? I did. Yes, and you, and you. Good, good. Oh, here we go. Nope, nope, nope. You wish there was a way to switch identities instead of having them merge together. I don't know what you're referring to, but I feel like maybe a psychologist. Okay, more bulletproof glass now. Did I get... You've got girder, 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 girder. No girder. Okay, we're not gonna worry too much about these at the end here. Okay. More glass. All this is good. Whoop. This is all good. Right, we weren't going to worry about that. And I'm out of glass. Oh, I see what you mean. Having both of them merged in one. Yeah, I see what you mean. Oops. You know, this is what happens when I look away. And then... There we go. And I even switched my keyboard's mode and everything. Okay. Alright. Is there a place where you publish your poetry that you want to plug or anything? Ow. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, good. All the storm warnings are gone off my phone. So the fact that this dust storm popped up has reminded me that we need to put some lights in here too. Alright, I am going to worry about these ones. Ah, I was so close. Then we have to get more bulletproof glass for these and more girders eventually. I guess I'll just go ahead and get those ones at the very end, as long as I'm here. This is gonna look pretty cool, actually. As like a... It almost looks like a, I don't know, like a train terminal or something like that. Alright. Let's...
Energy low.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that one's backwards right there, isn't it? Yeah, great. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now what am I going to need for... Okay, so I've got a lot of glass. We're going to try and fill up as much as we can with these wall pieces with glass. most of these... Oh, here we go. Alright. And you're good. Then, how much more do I have? 2. Okay, that's not gonna help. Nice. Now, is that a pseudonym? I assume, or
Energy critical.
is that your actual name? I guess you don't have to say if you don't want. That's not. I mean, that's pretty cool. Tiny regional mag with a few hundred years. I mean, that's, you know, that's not nothing. That's actually really cool. Oh, what about these back here? All right. I think that's it for the... Oh, maybe not. For the glass. Why is this stair... Oh, no, it's the same. Never mind. Yes, okay. Now we need... now we're going to go for girder, and then we'll just need some steel plate. Now I'm just taking it all... Ouch. And then we'll go from there. Looks like I got most of these. What color should we make the lights inside the hallway? Should we continue with the kind of like orange? Or should we do something more like a blue or a white? Did I fix that hole yet? I did fix the hole. Oh, speaking of, I'm stuck. There we go. I kind of like this double stacked windows because you can see, when you're up here, you can see like normal. And then, oh, there's one backwards. Please don't tell me they're all backwards. Ah, they're all backwards. So I need half window inverted. Yep, they're all backwards. Are these backwards? Yep. Okay. That means the ones on the other side are probably backwards too. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Try to match the sky. Oh wait, these ones were correct. Yes. Those ones look correct as well. Is there a spider? I've been struck by Deborah. Man. Okay, that's not good. I didn't even realize that was going on. Didn't think it was that kind of storm. Yet another good reason why I'm building a giant hallway. So. Alright, are these backwards also? I think so. Half window. These aren't. Oh, those are. Okay, these are backwards. Let's take... That one's backwards. How did I not pay attention to this? These are the kind of amateur mistakes that amateurs make. Wait, is that the right one? No. Is this the right one? No. That is the right one. Keep that. Keep that. Do these frames protect me from debris if they're not welded? Or do they only protect me from... How did I miss that piece? We'll just add you to there. Oh yeah, all backwards, huh? Yep. Am I gonna have the space to hold you all? Okay, you're good though. Okay, I think these are all good. These are wrong. Are these wrong? Why are we bouncing? Okay. Man, that debris really hurt. Let's run. Okay, which thing did I miss? It was this one. Oh, I missed two of them over here. Yeah, I'll come back for you. Hang on. I want to make sure I get all the other parts that I brought put in place here. Okay. That's that. Let me get... Nope, too far.
Energy low.
Yeah, it's for me running around and everything. Alright, so... that's looking good. Let's get some lights in here. And then we could think about, maybe after the storm is over, we could think about what the airlock area might look like down there. So... yeah, let me go get some... You're not as sure how to protect against the debris. That's fine. The Deborah. Oh, you know what I need? We gotta put... yeah, let me charge up here. Actually, let me go to the... let me go to the thing here. We're gonna put the lights in, and then I gotta weld up the supports on the outside, which I should probably do after the storm has died down. And then we'll also look at that airlock idea. Let's see. We're just going to need construction components. Not going to need that many construction components. Not going to need that many construction components, but that's okay. What are we going to build? We're going to be doing... these things. I could do maybe do one like right here at the very top, so that you see what you're up to. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yep. Silly me, forgetting about that right as I walk out. Maybe we'll also just do like one back here. And then I don't really have a set distance because these are all kind of weird. Maybe we'll do one there instead of here because we could crank up the lighting a little bit. And then, I don't know, just do one like right there. Earl Heck, welcome to the stream. Alright, this is an important question. First of all, thank you for watching the series, I appreciate that. Been thinking of getting the game, but unsure of SE1 or SE2. This question comes up a lot, and the answer kind of depends on how much unfinished game you're willing to tolerate. Because here's the situation. So Space Engineers 1 is basically a finished game. There are a lot of DLCs. It is very full featured. They are still working on it in the sense that like there's an update coming out in the next probably couple weeks, and then there will be more updates after that. The DLCs you don't have to get. The DLCs are, for the most part, decorative blocks. Like you can play the game 100% vanilla with no DLCs. There's also a lot of mods you can get to that some of them fill a lot of the voids of the DLCs. So, up to you. If you want to play a full finished game, Space Engineers 1 is the one you should get. Space Engineers 2 is still probably 2 years or ish from being like done. It's in alpha state right now, and we are going to be getting a big update coming up pretty soon. They announced the date. Is it Monday? I forgot what date it is. We're going to get a big update to Space Engineers 2 that's going to add mechanical blocks like rotors and pistons and stuff. Wow, that storm ended abruptly. Okay. And like hand and some guns and stuff like that. So we're still a ways off from Space Engineers 2 being a full game. But that said, there's a lot in SE2 that you can do right now. The creative mode is pretty good. Like it's very good. And there's a lot of features of SE2 that SE1 does not have. Like the grid system is better. Space Engineers 1 has 2 different grid sizes. There's the big grid size like this, and then there's the smaller grid size, which is a fifth of this. And Space Engineers 2 runs entirely on one single grid that is a tenth of this size. So, and then it also has things like partial copy and paste of a grid and stuff like that. Also, and then like even in survival, you build by, that is really close, and I'm going to get that. Oh, that might even come down on the base. Hang on. There's a lot of cool features, and planets are there, and there's some bugs, but it's surprisingly pretty stable for what's in it. So, if you wanted to, if you wanted to get Space Engineers 2 and kind of like learn it as it comes out, and as they add things to it, it's not a bad investment. But it is, you know, you are purchasing an unfinished game, whereas Space Engineers 1, you are getting a finished game, and it's not a bad game, in any sense of the word. Like it's not outdated. I mean, once you play Space Engineers 2, you might think some mechanics are a little outdated, but like the game itself is still very good. And if you do get selectively some DLCs, there's some pretty good ones you can get. I'm going to stand in the shadow down here. I think I'm in the shadow. And wait for this thing to drop, because it's like right in my front yard here. Actually, I'm going to go up here, because there's probably going to be like a spider that tries to eat me. There we go. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Let's see. You're bedridden and use a gamepad with mouse. Oh, that's a really good question. I actually don't know how the gamepad support for SE2 is at this point. SE1 has very good gamepad support because it's also out for Xbox and PlayStation. And so it can be played entirely with a controller. Space Engineers 2, that is the intention. I've not tried to play it with controller. I assume they support it already, but I don't know. Anybody in chat now? How's SE2 with like, as far as like keyboard on SE2, they are just about to release the ability to remap keys. So, gamepad like that, where it's just like a bunch of like a programmable keyboard. Yeah, okay. I assume that's, if you can do other games that way, then this should be no different. Space Engineers 2 is just about to add the ability to remap keys within the game. They don't have that yet, and that's a big limitation so far. Probably for what you're looking for. SE1 can do that. You can remap all the keys, and then you can macro them with your with your gamepad and stuff like that. So I would say if you don't want to have to mess with stuff or wait for an update, SE1 is the way to go. You're gonna have a better. It's like you're significantly more likely to have a smooth experience if that's the way that you need to play games. It would be my advice. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Fuse, like a lot of the DLCs, and actually for a little while I was doing a series where I was going through all the DLCs, and I stopped that for a little bit just because I was getting kind of sick and overwhelmed and stuff, but I'm going to pick that up eventually. But like, yeah, there, if you had like a couple of bucks, the DLCs are like $3 each, American, or whatever that is in whatever country you're in if you're not in America. But like the DLCs are fairly cheap and they go on sale fairly often too. So if you really had like a buck or two that you wanted to throw at it, certain DLCs are probably more worth it than others if you end up like feeling like you need more blocks. But I definitely would not go buying DLCs right out the gate. Right? Get the game, play it for a while, and then look at the DLCs and see which ones speak to you. Because you're probably not going to understand what the DLCs really add to the game until you understand just like how the game mechanics work, and then because there's a big part of this game is your specific play style, right? And so everybody in chat here I'm pretty sure everybody in chat has played Space Engineers for like 1 billion hours combined, and we all have a completely different style of building and designing and the way we like to play the game, because it's a sandbox game at the end of the day, and you could do really whatever you want here. And you can set up scenarios and add mods and do whatever. Create the world you want to play in. And so get a sense, this is what I did when I first got it. Get a sense of how you want to play. Like some people play entirely in creative and they just love designing ships or whatever, vehicles of, trucks and whatnot. They just love designing, and it doesn't matter. They don't care about survival at all. They just love the idea of designing and crafting a ship. Some people only play in survival, and they like the limitations that survival gives them and forces them to build and think a certain way because of the limitations of survival. And some people do both. And so, as Game Dork said, yeah, play the base game and then see what's missing for you, and then look into the DLCs. That's my advice. Let's go get this thing here. 6,000 hours on a game with no plot. Like, that's how you know this game is good, right? Why are you moving? Let's see. Am I going to win anything? Nope. What's in here? That's not how you get in here. Where's the... Oh, that was me. I did that. Come back. Come back. There we go. This is a mod that lets me drag these things around. I completely forgot it was there. Cobalt. Oh, sweet. We got a potato. Sweet. I'm taking this thing. Yeah, I want to say, because I started playing in 2020. I discovered the game just before the pandemic. And then when the pandemic started, I needed like something to fill my time, and this game felt like the perfect choice. And so I started in 2020. It was like, I think around the time when they like did the full release, and that sounded terrible. When they did when it went from beta to like released, like the actual, and then it also came out for Xbox. And I think that the Triton Frostbite, I want to say, was the DLC that came out with that. And so like that's where I started. And so like I didn't get the DLC at first, and I played the game in creative for a long time, just trying to get a sense of how everything worked. And then I started like Sparks of the Future. I really loved the idea of that DLC, just like the futuristic look of everything. Although I do want to say, I think I bought the Frostbite DLC shortly after I bought the game. And then I just kind of worked my way back periodically, just buying all the DLC and everything, so. Anywho. So, let's leave the lights as they are, and we'll deal with them when the sun goes down. So that I can actually mess with what they look like. This is pretty cool, though. I like this. This turned out better than I was expecting, which is a frequent thing that happens with me. It's turned out better than I was expecting. So, we're going to go... that sun is a bit high. I might need some vodka. Let's see. We're going to go down... Let's see. I probably should just... You know what? Let's do this. Oh, man. Okay, hold on. Now I'm trying to think of what the best order of operations is for stuff here. If I work forward a little bit, I can get a cargo station built in, and then we can... I don't have to run all the way back up to the base to get parts. This is a pretty cool view, actually, running those giant stairs there. This would kill my knee, by the way, that many stairs in a row. Oof. I would be limping at the top of that. I have a bad knee. That is true. So, what Fuse is saying is that some of the things. So we say that it's all cosmetic blocks, and technically it is. Every block in the DLC is a reskin of a block that is in the vanilla game. They never add new functionality or new systems or anything in the DLC. The DLC is always just reskins. But sometimes they are reskinned in such a way that they don't change the functionality, but they change your options of how you build with them. So a good example is the... Let's see, let me throw this in like a toolbar over here. So like this cockpit in small grid has two small ports on the back and one small port or big port on the bottom. But the industrial cockpit has only two small ports on the back, but they're up higher. And I'm not going to put one down, but from the inside, the layout of the screens is different than the layout of the screens in this original vanilla cockpit. I think this is also vanilla. The fighter cockpit is also vanilla. Again, one small port on the front, one small port on the bottom, one giant port on the back. This is one you get with like signing up for a newsletter or something, and it's one in the front, big on the bottom, two on the back, two on the sides. You know, it's like each one of these, and then this one. Maybe this was... No, this one's a DLC, I think. This one's big on the bottom, too little on the front, too little on the back. Like, each one of these cockpits is a different, layout configuration. And so it changes how you work with them, basically. It gives you different... It gives you more options. It doesn't technically change the functionality of them, but it gives you more options on how you can use them. Yeah, exactly. Actually, that's a good... The flush cockpit, which is... nope. There, it's this one. This one is not behind a DLC. You get it by signing up for their newsletter. And that's it. You sign up for their newsletter, they give you this cockpit, and now you have a cool cockpit. Which is a really good cockpit, to be honest. We've made a lot of good builds with this. It's got a good view. Not as many screens as some of the other ones, but it has a really nice view, and it fits in really well. Like, it's easy to fit into a build, basically. All right. Okay. Let me not get distracted, because I've only got like 20 minutes left here. So here's what I want to do. We're going to go... How did I do this here? So where the... Oh, yeah, I was going to get those. I'll get those later. I'm all frazzled. I'm frazzled now. So we go... That is where we go down. And then we continue on to here. So that'll be... So... Yeah, and then that's the transition. Okay. So here is the first place. So the second one in is the first place we have an opening. So really, like, I'd say probably... Realistically, maybe... Here is where I want to cut in. and do a... I'm going to do a...
Energy low.
Oh, boy. Conveyor cross, which I don't have the parts for. Which, so, for a little bit here, I'm going to be running back and forth until I get that hooked up there. Energy first. There's, like I said, there's a lot. If you play on PC, if you get it on Steam, there's a lot of mods on the Steam Workshop, and a lot of them are cockpits. I won't say a lot of them, like, number-wise, very few of them are, because there's like a bajillion mods, but there are several good modded cockpits on Steam that you can get for free. If you get it on any other platform, like Game Pass, or... is there another way to get it on PC? I don't remember if there is. If you get it on Xbox or PlayStation, then you have to use mod.io as the mod platform, which also works on the Steam version. But only the Steam version has access to the Steam Workshop, and all of the mods are there. I'm going to make that claim. All the mods are on the Steam Workshop, and a subset of the mods are on mod.io. Mod.io is limited, one, because not every mod developer wants to deal with it, and two, because it... did I say Nexus mods? It's mod.io is the one for all of the platforms, and Steam Workshop is the one only for Steam. So mod.io has to work with Xbox and PlayStation and the Game Pass version, which is also limited on what it can do. The same way with Xbox, and so like certain mods are not allowed on mod.io, mods that contain like scripts and stuff like that. So yeah, they have to, they're a little bit more locked down there. So if you get the Steam version of the game, then you have access to every single mod, and the mods can do a lot cooler things. So I would definitely recommend doing it there. And if you want to wait for a Steam sale, I don't know what Steam sale's coming up. There should be one before the summer sale, I would say. I don't believe there are any mods for this game on Nexus mods, if that's what you're asking. I don't know if I accidentally said Nexus or not. Because it's entirely possible that I did, because I was just doing like a metric ton of Skyrim modding recently. I've completely forgotten what I was doing. Oh, right. Did I get the parts I need? I did. Why do I have a med kit? I'm going to put you into here. Into here. Into where? Into here? There we go. Alright, what else do I need? I'm going to need probably like 2 of those. I'm going to need a cargo access. Let's see, if we're going to go up... Does the cargo access have port on the bottom? I think it does. Pretty sure it does. Let me check. It does. It has them on all sides. So we're going to go kind of up. Yeah, it'll be temporary, but it'll be fine. So we'll kind of get this started, and then I'm probably gonna call it a day here. Oh, good. The sun's getting blocked by the weather again. And is it rain? I don't think I'm going to get hit by anything if it's just rain. All right. Okay. So you're there. And then, now I think what I want... Oh, yeah, that's what I want to do. I didn't think about this. I actually want to do one of these, because we're going to end up... We're going to end up going out and doing a Gatling turret on each side here. So I want to do that, and I don't think I brought the parts for that. Or at least not for both of them. Oh, I did. Okay. We are kind of... Oh! Okay, please don't shoot me. Are you dead? No. I don't want to shoot my... Ow, jeez, I got hit by a chunk of ice. Ugh, okay. So this is more dangerous than I thought. Okay, okay, you know what? Let me go stand over here for a second. I gotta rethink this because we are gonna come up into the floor. Let's see. Do I want? Yeah. Okay. What are you on episode 5 of, Earl? Of my series? What the heck episode am I on? Like 15 or something? I don't even know. Yeah, it is 15. Oh, good. Good for me. Okay. Here's what I want to do. Not die is what I want to do. I also don't want to have to run back and forth all over the place. I'm going to just run back real quick. It'll be faster than me. Faster than... what do I want? I want a... conveyor... On a reinforced conveyor tube? Do I care about a reinforced conveyor tube? I think I will. Just to kind of hold that in place there. And episode 78? I don't think so. I think it's less than... You know, actually, hold on a second. I want to check something. Yeah, let me check something real quick here. I'm not going to die right in the corner here, right? I go here. And then I go here. Okay. This would be out of all of my streams. This is episode 356. There we go. That's what I wanted to check. I wake up from a dream. I'm not on Titan. I've actually been stuck on Mars for 78 episodes. It could happen to you. If you or someone you love has been stuck on Mars for almost 80 episodes. Please. Oh, that one hurt a lot. Okay, so I think what's going to happen is... Oh, how did I not... Oh, man. I thought I had the parts. All right, we're going to... You know, okay. Here's the deal. Folks, here's the deal. We're going to... This is how this is kind of going to go, and then we're going to be walking out the side there or something, and I don't want to die. Let me just weld that last bit up, and hopefully not die in the process. Because then I can at least pull components from there later. And then next time, we are going to... Okay. I think we're safe in here. Next time, we will turn that into the area, the exit area. We'll make like a little exit on each side. So, the PAM I seen you use to automate the miner is a mod or base game. So, you are not wrong. So, it's not technically a mod. It is a script. So this game has the ability to, for you to write C# code, which is a actual enterprise programming language, and it's the language that this game is written in. You can write C# code and run it on programmable blocks. Within one of the blocks in the game is called a programmable block, and if you run a script on it, then that script has access to the grid API, and so it can control the different blocks that are on its grid, meaning like the grid being the base or the ship or whatever. So PAM is a script. You subscribe to it on Steam, and then you go into the programmable block, and you have to make sure scripts are enabled in your world settings. You click edit. You know what? Teaching moment here. Hold on. Because I have programmable blocks. Here's a programmable block that is running a script called GOAT, which is inventory sorter. I don't know what GOAT stands for, but anyway. This is the output of the script. And to install the script, like I said, you find it on Steam Workshop, you hit subscribe, and then you click edit, and then the script goes here. And so you can say browse scripts, and then you will see all of the scripts that you've subscribed to on the Steam Workshop, and you just click one, click copy to editor, and then it copies the text of the script into here, and then from that point you just click OK, and it runs the script, and that's it. So now, in addition to that, you should read the Steam Workshop page for the script, because there might be configuration, and every script is configured differently, and you just read the instructions for that script. So you do not need to know code. There are a ton of scripts on the workshop that you can subscribe, and is it greatest of all time? I assumed that it actually stood for something involving inventory, but I guess I don't know. They're writing a check that I'm not sure that they've cashed yet, but they'll get there eventually. But no, you do not need to know coding. Tons and tons of scripts on the workshop. I do know coding, and I do write scripts, and like this farmhand script is mine. I've written this and I published it, but I did that like within the last 9 months-ish, and all the other scripts that I have that I've used for my entire time playing this game were scripts that I got off of the workshop, and I still use those scripts constantly. So I know GOAT. I know the acronym. I just didn't know that was the acronym for the script. I'm not going back out there. We're going to go heal up. In fact, we're closing this door. We're going to start winding this stream down here. Thank you, Marcus. Farmhand is pretty nice, I would say. I have some bugs I need to fix. Minor bugs, but there are... I'm going to get back. I got so much stuff going on. It's hard to juggle everything. But we will eventually get... There's some minor bugs in Farmhand I got to fix. But not that big of a deal. So anyway... Yeah, it sucks out there. So... Actually, let's go into the farm room and see what Farmhand is up to these days. So this is the Farmhand script. It's just monitoring how much ice we have, what the air pressure in the room is. It can read the air pressure off of the vent. It can read the ice level out of the inventory of the ice processors here. And it's looking at the status of each of these farm plots. And they're all empty. They're not doing anything. But, you know, it tells me all the... Do I have solar food generators running? Oh, weird. So anyway, yeah. So I do not know Lua or Python enough to be dangerous with them. I've only done Lua to... I've only messed with Lua in order to configure NeoVim, and I've only messed... Well, I've done a bit with Python, but I wouldn't say that I'm good enough to actually like sit down and write something from scratch. But if you showed me Python, I could understand it, and it's one of those things, right? Like I can read it, but I can't write it, kind of things. So I'm more of a... Let's see, what the hell can I do? I can do JavaScript, TypeScript, Node, Java, C#. I kind of got into Go a little bit, but I didn't really get into it enough to actually know what's going on. But anyway, HyperTalk, AppleScript, the silly languages like that. Yeah, anyway, C#'s not bad, but the limitations of the programmable block force you to program differently than how you would normally program even in C# if you were just like writing an app or something like that. So just because your script has every iteration of your script has the exact time of 1/60th of a second, because the game runs at 60 frames per second. So you have 1/60th of a second for your script to run. And it can run every frame if you need it to, although that's not recommended. But there's a lot of limitations, and there's also a limitation of how much text you can put in the programmable block. There's all sorts of things. So, anywho. But like, Ayer's got a mod where he'd like these potatoes I've got are from Ayer's mod. Where's my potatoes? So you can subscribe to his VIX potato mod, and you get potatoes and then a bunch of recipes for things like vodka, and I had some other things. I think I ate them. I had some other things that use potato. You can just see what they are in here. What was I eating that had potato in it? It was... God, I don't even remember. And then these coffee ones are from Engineered Coffee's similar mod that gives you coffee beans and stuff. There was like a pack of something. It was like a snack pack. Right? What was I eating that had... Oh, no, it's one of these. Yeah, it was these things. Bruiser A-Bites. That's what I was monitoring. Because all the potato ones are basically like... oh, I didn't realize. I thought they were mostly snacks. I didn't realize that there was a whole Ivan's Potage. That was 80%. Well, anyway, there you go. I'm learning things today. So the vodka is a really good one because it helps with your radiation level. So keep that in mind. Anywho, that's going to do it for me today. Now, I had originally intended to stream City Skylines today, but was delighted to learn that there was an update. And then I was saddened to learn that it broke my mods. So I may, if the mods are fixed by Thursday, and that's really asking a lot of the modders, although theoretically even I knew that this was coming and I just completely forgot about it. So maybe they've had time. Tantalus is the company that is owning City Skylines 1 now. And I know when Colossal Order owned it, they would usually give the modders that owned the most crucial mods access to the earlier builds so they could have the mod updates ready to go. I don't know if Tantalus does that or not, and I don't know if a lot of these mod authors are still around. So, because CS1 was really dormant for a long time while they were working on CS2 and porting CS1 to other things and stuff. So, we will see if the CS1 series continues, and when it continues. If the mods don't get fixed for a while, maybe I'll just kick back over to City Skylines 2 for a bit. But either way, we'll play it by ear. I won't have a City Skylines 2 series by Thursday for sure. So we'll give it at least a week or two and see what happens. So Thursday will either be City Skylines 1 if the mods are fixed, or we will be back here on Titan. That's pretty much it. So we will decide. I'm going to keep the City Skylines on the schedule for now. And if it's, maybe like Thursday morning, if it's looking like the mod situation hasn't resolved, then we'll just switch it to Space Engineers. And we will continue with our long hallway, and we will eventually get there. Sunday, I don't have anything scheduled for Sunday yet. I might see if DNA wants to do some Designated Survivors. I wanted to make that a monthly series, but due to scheduling, it's actually been quite a while since we've done it. So, and I think I fixed the world. We had an issue with the world the last time we played, so hopefully we fixed that. I should double check. Anyway, long story short, thanks for hanging out, everybody, keeping me company while the storms rolled through. Don't forget to like the video if you did indeed like the video, the stream, and please consider subscribing if you have not, because you will get notified when I go live, and you can always check my channel to see when I'm streaming and what I am streaming, unless I change it at the very last second again like I did today. Either way. So, thanks a lot all. Appreciate everybody hanging out, and I will talk to you the next time. Take care.